I have a dream to feed the world. Food connects my people. It brings joy and happiness. To share in this joy, I have to grow food. I have to be part of this joy. My name is Felix Appiah of Trisolace Company Limited. My background is basically in civil engineering, but I love farming because there's very little competition in farming, and I feel less stressed when I'm on the farm because of the greens and the nature, and I feel at home on the farm than in the city. And fortunate for me, I work remotely, so I can work whilst I work on my farm as well. And absentee farming, I know from experience, is a no-no, so I'm always on the farm so that I don't become an absentee farmer. Fortunate for us, where we are has generous rainfall, so we have rainfall almost all year round, and we also have a stream that flows all year round. So I do basically habaneros, I do other forms of pepper on request, I also do pineapples, and I do other animals, livestock like grasscutter and snails. Snails has been our forte for a long time, but we diversified, I think, about 2 years ago when we started peppers. And then we've been with CF for a long time, hoping that this year we are doing bigger, so we are hoping that they get all that offtake from us. Sure. So when we started about 3 years ago, we started with research, and then we weren't even able to map up our land, so we were just doing by the local way that people would say, oh, this is about 2 acres, this is about 3 acres. But when we met Complete Farmer, we were able to map out the land effectively, know the acreage that we were doing. So that helped us calculate how much input we are putting in and how much output that we would be getting. We're also doing rain-fed. So we would time the season to a strategic point where we thought it would rain. Sometimes you'd be lucky, it will rain. Sometimes too, you wouldn't have any rain. So now that we met CF, we are using irrigation. Specifically, we are using drip irrigations. We have our tanks all around, like you can see. We have about 60,000 liters. Now we can calculate how much water plants need and how long. And we are also very effective at fertigation. So earlier we were just spreading the fertilizer like that. Some would go to weeds, some would go to others. But now we're able to target the plants because we sort of, they are soluble. So we add them to the water and it is fed to the plants directly through the drips. Fortunate for us, most of our investors will also want to see. So because of the satellite imaging and the mapping out using satellites, we're able to show them that this is where we are at, and then they are able to follow through the platform that we have with Complete Farmer. So we basically use data in a couple of ways. One, we look at data with respect to labor. So we know that X number of acreage will require X number of people to work on. The same data we use with fertilizer application and pest application. So we actually have a drone. We have a DJI Agras 1GS, which is a drone that does fumigation, pesticides, and other things. So we also use that same technology or the same data, feed it to the drone, and then it can fly autonomously, go around, do its stuff, and come back and refuel it, and it goes back again. So from labor down to how much pesticides and fertilizer we are using, all the way to mapping out the setup is how we use data in our farm. Some of the protocols that we're happy to get from the Complete Farmer team, especially the agronomy team, was that the plant spacing was very critical because we didn't want to overly induce it with fertilizers. So plant spacing was critical. Drips and the watering that we were doing was also critical. Then how to get the raw material to them, that is after drying the maize, how dry it had to be, all was specified in the contract that we had. So we followed everything to the letter, and we are happy to say that went successful. In terms of efficacy, I would say that Complete Farmer has been one of the best teams I've worked with. They are down to earth, not big words, you know, coming down to the level of us farmers, showing us the protocol, letting us know what to do and what not to do, so that there wouldn't be any misfire at the end of the contract. We've also had them frequenting the farm, which is an excellent thing that they do that other people do not do. So we would say that so far it has been excellent. We can also follow progress of our farm online to see how many weeks we are left to go. Sometimes they even prompt us to ask us if produce is going well or everything is going well. So far it has been great, and we're also looking at benefiting more from the inputs that they give, input credits that they give. We want more so that we can grow more to better the future. I am thrilled to connect to buyers. It is my goal to feed the world. And with this, together, myself and the buyers, we can do this and feed the world.